Hi, I'm Aaron Montoya.
I'm Alexander.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Lopez.
Hi, I'm Mauricio Calles.
And we are Elation. So now for our last podcast that we'll be giving you guys for this year, we're talking about what we've learned with our journey in starting a business and where we're going after this. So first we're going to kind of talk about our struggles and what we thought went good from that. So for me, I feel like one of our greatest struggles was finding our cohesiveness as a team, because before we were friends, but we didn't really know how we would work together.
Another one of our struggles would be pivoting an idea from a mental health gym to events going out to Fresno.
I would say a good thing from our business would be our teamwork, because we came as one at the end of the day, and we learned how to not take criticism personally and take it rather to improve ourselves.
Yeah, I would agree with Jennifer. We were really good at communicating with each other, even when it was difficult.
So now we're going to be talking about some entrepreneurial skills that we learned and we're really working at to hone in. So the ones that I'm going to be talking about is getting feedback and communicating, because like I said before, we really struggled with finding what we wanted to do as a team, so communication really came in there. And we also worked a lot at getting feedback and, like how Jennifer said earlier, not taking criticism personally.
Our next skill that we really learned would be analyzing data, because with pivoting our idea, like I said before, we needed to take our customers' ideas and put them into our business so we can change it to make it better.
Another skill would be reflecting, because after each event and pitch, we always reflect upon what we could have done better, if anything will happen and such, to improve ourselves for next time.
I would say pitching, because for example, when we went to Bitwise, it was really good, and in comparison to where we started, we just basically reflected each pitch and got better over time.
So now we're going to be moving on to what we use in our senior defense, which was just us defending why we should graduate. But since we already did it, we're going to talk about what we already used. So for me, I used a lot of our MVPs in some of our pitches, because for me that showed how I grew personally from the start to the end and how we grew together as a team.
For me, I used the paragraph we wrote individually as a team about us losing our website and how we had to redo it over again.
What I used in my senior defense is how we came about, so how we created Elation, because to begin Elation, we all had different mindsets and different ideas, but we ended up choosing depression as a problem to tackle down, because we realized that's something we all had in common or knew someone, and that's like one of the biggest issues teens have these days. And I ended my senior defense by talking about how our team came to an end because we all have different paths after high school.
For my senior defense, I talked a lot about our Bitwise pitch and how we came to that and how hard we worked, but also all of the struggles as well.
So next we're going to be moving on to our greatest struggles and our greatest triumphs, apart from what we already said. So for me, I feel like one of our greatest triumphs was when we were pitching at Bitwise, like Mauricio said, because what we did to get to that point was just a vast change, because before starting out we were trying to still figure out how to do it as a team. Then for us to get to that point where we flowed really well, everybody knew when to go, it was just a great triumph.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Aaron on this one. I feel like that would be one of our greatest triumphs, because if we would have pitched in the beginning of the year, we wouldn't have been able to do as good as we did at the end of the year.
I would say one of our greatest struggle would be our website, because in the middle of the school year, our website closed and we didn't want to pay an immense amount of money. So that was one of our greatest struggle, but we were able to get it back up. So you could check it out, elationfresno.net.
Yeah, I feel like with our website, we were kind of just over it. We were like, what? We're done. We can't do this anymore.
Okay, and lastly, to close off our last podcast, we're going to be talking about where we're going after high school and what we'll be using that we learned here. in the future. So for me, I'm going off to City College and starting to get my degree in business financing and accounting. And I feel like the skills that I will probably be using that I learned here are probably a lot of the entrepreneurial skills, like analyzing data, getting feedback, because I feel like that's a very important step, especially no matter what you're planning to do after high school. You always need to reflect on what you're doing in order to improve yourself.
For me, I'm going to be also going to Fresno City College. I'm going to be focusing on business and then hopefully transferring to a school in LA to get more into fashion product development. Some of the skills that I'll be using is mostly pitching because it really helps with my confidence. And so I'll really be able to give more ideas out there.
I'm heading to UCLA after high school, majoring in pre-business economics. So I'll be using much what I learned here, especially analyzing text, creating problems, SAM, TAM, market share, and understanding those terms and how to get them. And the skills I will be using the most would be reflecting and analyzing text and data, since that's a big part, especially when it comes to economics.
For me, I'm going to be moving to LA in October and going to go to FITM and majoring in social media. Some of the skills I'll be using will be analyzing data, because you got to analyze numbers when it comes to social media.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.